Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to Clash of Kings. Now, if you're looking for good deals on games, you can check out the link in the description to g2a.com, and if you use the code REFORM, you can get 3% off as well. Now, when we left off, we had just taken Griffin's Roost, and, well, when we were walking away from it, something very surprising happened. Oh, yes, no, not particularly surprising, because Tywin... did I give it away? Did I give it away? No, not really. But anyway, Tywin Lannister turns up, and he's just like, "Oh, I'm gonna siege this. Yes, I'm gonna siege this because that's my job. That's what I do. I siege things all the time." And there's apparently a vassal in there as well, which is kind of amusing. Okay, so yeah, there's actually 0 people in Griffin's Roost right now. Tywin is about here. Obviously, we can't see him right now. And I noticed Connington non-bracket over here, so I thought, yes, let's take him on, shall we? Because we do have a very suitable army. As you can see, 45 Cohoric Guardsmen, insane numbers of them, and we also have a bunch of elites and some veterans as well that we can still level up, but for the most part, we have a very, very nice army here. We have 121 maximum capacity as well. So, if we head into Brynden here for a second, because He really likes leveling up. He really does like leveling up. So what are we going to do? What are we going to do with him? Well, that's the thing. I'd like to get him infinitely more intelligence, because giving him more first aid and more engineer skill is just our priority right now, in my opinion, because I don't really need him to be a very good fighter. I just need him to stay out of the way and be like, "Oh, don't hurt me, you foul beasts," when he talks to the enemy, obviously, but I don't think they like being called foul beasts. That's probably going to get him killed anyway, so he should probably say something like, "Oh, would you like a storm in a teacup?" And then he gets in a teacup on the ride at Disneyland. That sounds like a good idea, but anyway, let us now make our way into Sir Ronald Connington, and we are going to take him. Oh, it's you again. Yeah, he remembers us. He remembers us indeed. So let's take him on. Obviously, the Stormlands absolutely hates us. Look at the relation. Oh, yes. And we're going to be taking this guy out. Hopefully, I'm going to take him prisoner. I have a huge amount of Stormlands vassals in my garrison, in my prison tower that is soon to be built in Crow's Nest. And I really just cannot wait until they start ransoming all those, because it's going to be an absolute fortune. Now, do bear in mind, I actually did go to a nearby town, the nearby town of Ashford, no less. Because Ashford is actually owned and claimed by House Targaryen. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? No, I can't believe it either. Apparently they ninja'd this from the Reach, I assume. I think Ashford was taken by the Reach way, way, way before, so I think they ninja'd that. And I didn't even realize. So I went over there and I left the town, and then all of my companions sold 30 of their items. They literally had full inventories, and I had no idea that that was the case, but the merchants at what is it? The Weeping Town, yes, that's it. The merchants at the Weeping Town, they are all bankrupt, and that is the primary reason why I was not actually getting any money from them when I was leaving. So, yeah, all of my companions sold, and I gained, I don't know, 3,000, 4,000 each. So I now have 51,000 in money, and I'm just like, oh, what do I do with it? What do I do with it? I can't really do much with it. I also found a ransom broker in the tavern there, so that was also very, very good. And I sold prisoners for 8,870 something or other, and that was pretty cool. And so I'm going to try and make time to head over to the Iron Bank at some point, because I'm really going to need to place that money and invest it somewhere, because, I mean, that's just literally what we have to do, isn't it? So, okay, this is not going to work out too well, is it? No. Yeah. You just charge into our archer. I mean, they're not archers. They're guardsmen, of course. They're guardsmen that can deal massive damage. Oh, yes. So let's try and take out some of these hammermen, shall we? Of course, they're just, oh yeah, they're going to take it just right on the chest there. And that is very, very courageous of them, of course. Let's go for a nice headshot. Oh, hello there. You appear to be right in front of me. I will not allow you to do things to us, so I'm just going to tell everyone to charge in here. Gonna have to tell Brynden to go away, because I don't want him to take too much damage, do we? There we are. Okay, so Brynden, you can go over there. Yes, there we go. Okay, so this seems pretty good, and hilariously enough, the guardsmen are not really charging, so I guess I'm just going to place them over here, and we'll tell our cavalry to charge as well. Seems some of them were a little bit stuck, but that was easily remedied, I guess. So let's get out our bow and deal some damage. And I mean deal some damage. Come on, Elias. You can't stumble here. You have a bow. You cannot stumble. There we go. Okay, he almost stumbled. I literally wasted, what was that? 13 arrows or something. And I did actually get a headshot in this, which I suppose is okay. Getting one headshot, at least. And most of the other times, Elias is just... He's just like, I don't need to kill them. I don't need to kill them, because I'm just... You know, I have a good army. I don't need to kill them. That's what he's saying, basically. So, yeah, we're just going to take the rest of these captured enemies here. And there's not much more, but we're going to let our companions take the rest. Thank you. So, now, to the main event. 294 enemies. And Tywin is among them. So we're going to see if he is going to get any reinforcements from any of the other Westerlands vassals, or if maybe the Stormlands is going to come along and... Oh, no, never mind. Okay, so 287. 287. Oh, and Ashford has been besieged by Lord Arthur, someone. Don't know, I couldn't catch his name. Lord Arthur, we're going to call him. Lord Arthur, and he's besieging Ashford, and he's from the Reach. So, yes, maybe that's going to get taken back. If someone from House Targaryen actually wants to defend, I'm actually kind of surprised that they took something by themselves. That is quite remarkable. So, let's join the battle, shall we? 121 against 287. And we have an absolutely insane army composition for this particular keep. Because they're going to be coming up here, aren't they? They're going to be coming up here, and it's going to be insane. So, I'm going to tell our guardsmen to hold fire right now. And I'm going to remember... I am going to remember to tell them to fire at will when our opponent gets a little bit closer, because we want to make sure that our arrows are used to the best of their effect. Because if they are not, then we may as well just sign our death warrants right now and go home. But yes, I think we are in with a very, very good chance of taking out all of these guys. Look at that. I mean, we're doing so much damage with our bows already, and there's a kill on a Westerlands Knight. Very nice indeed. I'm actually kind of surprised that I was able to do that. And they are actually using two-handeds. Okay, this is gonna stumble. Yes, of course, a nice stumble right there, immediately. Is that Tywin himself? I don't think so somehow, but yeah, you never know. Okay, now this is the funny thing. I should literally be able to shoot this guy right in the head here. But it's just like there's a magical shield in front of them. That's what I find in Mount and Blade. The shields have some sort of like magical invisible wall thing going on. And it's kind of a bit weird because literally if I was to shoot at their legs, you would think that the shield would not protect their legs, right? But that's the thing. You have to aim in a very specific angle. Obviously, the engine in question is, I don't know, I think it's 10 years old now. Since Mount and Blade 1 came out, and then Warband came out in 2011, I believe, or is it? Yeah, I think it's 2011 or 2010 or something along those lines. I don't know, but the point is, hopefully hitboxes will be rectified because the hitboxes right now are a little bit rough. They're a little bit rough, but obviously that's to be expected, I guess. But anyway, it would be kind of nice if we could shoot their heads. Like, for example, yes, okay, when they're not blocking, then you can shoot their heads, but like right now, I should be able to shoot that guy. Well, I did, but I'm trying to get a good example here, but it's not working. No, it's not working. We're just going to get a huge amount of headshots now, thank you very much. You're not going to shoot me. No. There we go, and now let's see. Am I able to actually kill someone here with... Ah, there we go. Ah, Heavy Westerlands Knight. There we are. Very nice headshot as well. Okay, so that was the first wave. We literally killed 134 of them in under 30 seconds. I think that's pretty insane. Okay, so let us hold fire once again. We want to make sure that we keep all of our arrows back. I have 37 arrows of my own still remaining. And is this the only place that they can actually come up? Let's just check over here real quick, because I seem to remember that there's two ways they can come in. Nope, that's actually incorrect. There is only one way, and that is the death way. Oh yes. They are just literally running into their demise right now. We've already taken out almost half of his army, and that is amusing to say the least. I really cannot believe that he is deciding to be so weirdly persistent when it comes to fighting against the Reaper of Crow's Nest, because obviously, how can you say anything else but, I surrender to this fellow? I mean, literally, I wouldn't want to be going up against this guy if I was him, and I'm talking about Elias, obviously, because even though he stumbles all over the place and falls off ladders all the time, he is still quite a deadly adversary, as you can see by the amount of headshots I'm getting right here. This is kind of easy, though. It's kind of easy to get headshots right now because these guys are standing still and they have pretty large helmets. So, yes, kind of easy, but look at that. I mean, that was the second wave. Is that literally all they have? And we've already eliminated almost 200. Yep, almost 200 of them. So that's pretty impressive. So let's hold fire. This is going to be kind of amusing if we're able to take him prisoner. If we can take him prisoner, this is going to be really very lucrative because no doubt the Westerlands are going to pay a very pretty penny indeed to get him back, and I think that's going to be pretty nice. So let's see here. Let's see if we're able to... Okay, shoot a moving target, I was going to say. But now I apparently have lost all of my skill. Yes, I have lost all of my skill. What little I had is now gone. Oh, there we go. Yes, and there's level 32 as well. Very nice. 80 damage. That's... Ooh, I really like seeing huge damage from our bow here. There's another nice headshot as well. Thank you for all lowering your shields while I headshot you all in unison. Or, shall we say, in sequence, I guess, is a little bit of a better word to use there. But anyway, let's get out our mace and deal some damage, because we want to take some prisoners, don't we? Yes. We want to take some prisoners if we can. New enemies have arrived yet again. I'm actually wondering how many more reinforcement waves they have, because it's not going to be that many. They've already lost 220 units, and they have another 50 remaining, or approximately 50 remaining. So that's kind of embarrassing for Tywin to be defeated so easily, but again, I think he put up a much better fight when we were at Crow's Nest, because that castle layout is kind of more balanced. I think it is a little bit more sort of like 50-50 rather than just 70-30 or 80-20 or something along those lines in favor of the defenders, obviously, because the offensive force is just getting absolutely destroyed right now. And I don't blame them. I do not blame them, because I had to, I think, go into Griffin's Roost, I don't know, twice, maybe 3 times? I don't know, but it was very dangerous for us to head in here. And yeah, there appears to only be 38 enemies remaining. I think we're actually going to just tell everyone to fire at will, because we're not going to need the arrows. We are not going to need the arrows, because these guys are going to be perishing very quickly indeed. And then we'll have the opportunity to maybe take him prisoner. That would be impressive if we could actually make it happen. We are killing quite a few, in actual fact, ourselves, which is kind of cool. But as you can see here, if I were to shoot right now and that guy was holding his shield right up, obviously you couldn't see the exact moment that I was actually mentioning. Ugh, yes, great. But as you can see, that guy literally right there, if you shoot at his head and he's got his shield up, it's going to hit the shield no matter what. But in reality, or in a game that has a much more specific hitbox, obviously then it's going to hit the head. But well, old engine and everything, so I guess that's what it is. 287 have been eliminated, and I killed 48 of those. Not bad, I suppose. All of our companions actually got kills too, which I have to say is pretty impressive. And the vassal that we have on our side also killed 3, which is also pretty impressive. And we are now able to take him prisoner. This is going to be very bad for the Westerlands. Oh my. Okay, so we actually gained a little bit of relation with the Riverlands and the North as well, because we are obviously taking a Lannister prisoner, which is kind of amusing. And otherwise, we're just going to take as many of these guys as we can. We actually have some Lannisport Spearmen? Yes, Lannisport Spearmen. So I'm going to be very interested to see how much they actually sell for. And some thick mail gauntlets are especially an upgrade for us. Very nice indeed to actually see something that will give us a small upgrade there. And otherwise we'll let our companions take the rest. And there's Griffin's Roost, should I say. Griffin's Roost has been defended from Tywin, and we are actually solidifying our position as House Targaryen in the area. And they're now wanting Hugh Grandison back, so we'll just give him back, even though it's for a very small sum indeed. They must not care very much about him, but anyway, there it is. Another defensive siege, And the only thief that is within our borders now, well, is technically Stonehelm, Broadarch, and Rainhouse. But I was gonna say Rainhouse is the only one that's kind of insecure right now. So I think we're probably I'm gonna take Stonehelm off screen because that's kind of pointless to show the same siege again. And we're maybe gonna go for Rainhouse or Broadarch. Not entirely sure. Depends what the AI decides to do. So I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.